Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. I'm your host, the Ref, where I keep you up to score and everything sports, hip hop, and hot topics. We have another video that has come out from the ICE agent in Minnesota. It is almost about 3 minutes long, and we're going to look into this and we're going to score this to find out who was in the right and who was in the wrong. Let's get right to it. Okay, the first thing I hear is I hear a lot of horn blowing, so something's going on because there's a lot of people standing outside and walking around and looking around, and there's horn blowing, going honking. That's not horn blowing. That's called honking. So I already know that there's an issue somewhere. Now, y'all hear that? I hear a lot of damn horn blowing going on. Like, what the hell is going on? Okay, the home scoring is going to be for the ICE agents. The visitor is going to be the guest, which is the lady that got shot. I'm trying to find out what's going on here because there's something going on here. I see these ICE agents down here. I see some people outside over here by the tree, but somebody is laying on a horn, and these guys are not even in the car. So what's going on here? Now, I see somebody horizontally in the road, in the middle of the street right now, and it does not look like that's an ICE agent's vehicle. It doesn't have flashing lights. It doesn't have anybody getting outside of the car. The doors are not open. It's just horizontally in the middle of the street, and somebody's laying on a horn. ICE agents heading in that direction. Okay, I see ICE agents now heading in that direction to where the horns are being blown. So maybe it's the cars blowing the horn at the car that's horizontally in the road right now, in the middle of the road. I noticed that the ICE agents are down. I'm going to say south. They look like they're more southbound, talking to residents inside of the community. That's what it looks like. And there's a whole lot of horn honking. Somebody's trying to get somebody's attention. Okay, whatever attention somebody wanted, they look like they're about to get, because these ICE agents are now moving. They're moving. I'm going to assume they're going to be moving towards that direction, or they're getting out of the way. Clearly, I see a car in the middle of the street that's not moving. It's not moving. Okay, so now I'm just going to be honest. What this looks like to me is it looks like the ICE agents are doing some type of investigation in this community, in this neighborhood, and from the way it looks right now, it looks like somebody is trying to prevent them from going down this street into this neighborhood. Somebody's trying to prevent them from honking horns. Somebody's trying to prevent them from going down this street, allegedly. And I'm just assuming, this is just my assumption, because they just left this house right here. If you look at this house right here, they were talking to somebody in this home right here. And they look like they're going door to door. So as they're continuing to go down the street, they look like they're going to have a blockade, some type of blockade. ICE agents. Now, if this was an ICE agent vehicle, you would think that this ICE agent vehicle will be going in the same direction. It looks like there are people going around her at this point, and that look like ICE agent vehicles, or could be, just people of the community. It could be, but in any event, there's going to be some type of blockade that they're going to face anybody that's heading in this direction. And you're going to be channeled to go around either the front or the back of this vehicle right now. Okay. So some have stopped. They look like they're either going to the next house or they're just moving up the street to continue their investigation. They look like there's ICE agents in vehicles, and they're actually ICE agents on foot. And this vehicle that's in the middle of the street is still there. Okay, they look like somebody has gotten outside of their vehicle and they're asking, I don't know, they're approaching the driver of this vehicle, and it looks like the vehicle is now in reverse a little bit. It's not directly in the middle of the street like it was. So they're doing something. Something's going on. Okay, they moved, so this vehicle could looks like an ICE agent vehicle. It looks like it moved, so this ICE agent vehicle could get by. There's more of a clearance now. It's not sitting in the middle of the street. I don't know why it was in the first place. And these ICE agent vehicles are clearly going around at this point. They're clearly going around. They're clearly going to do whatever it is they're doing. So at this point, I don't see anything wrong with exactly what's going on, other than a lot of people just don't want the ICE agents to be there. Okay. So clearly that was a close call, because that vehicle almost just ran into another vehicle while it was actually going by. So now you have a pickup truck pulling up. It looked like it's more ICE agents getting outside of this vehicle, and let's see what happens from here. They're approaching this vehicle. They're approaching this vehicle. Yep. And the vehicle backed up, and
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
So now we have audio of what's taking place up on this vehicle right now, and it's a lot of conversation. A lot of big boy Big boying going on. There's a lot of conversation happening here.
That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car.
Out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
Listen, okay, I heard a directive from one of these agents asking this driver to get out of the car because this is now an investigation. This is now basically a traffic stop. This is an issue right now. This is an issue. Now, this what's going on and what happened here is no different than some of the things that happen in common traffic stops all over the country. There's people out here claiming they thought people had guns and unaliving people that they thought was making suspicious movements. This is not uncommon. And the only reason that this is a big issue now is because it happened in Minnesota on a larger scale. Listen, I got news for everybody out there. These things here have been happening in normal traffic stops all across the country, and nobody seemed to have been paying attention to it until it got to Minnesota. Somebody getting shot during a traffic. Some people may say this is not a traffic stop, but yes, it is. When he ordered her out of the car, this is now an official traffic stop because she's basically committed all type of traffic violations at this point. She's sideways in the street. Nobody knows if she's been drinking. Nobody knows who's inside of the car, and nobody really knows what's going on. The only thing that they have right now is an assumption that this may be a person that does not want the ICE agents in Minnesota. That's it. And maybe trying to prohibit ICE agents from going down the street. That's it. You can only go off an assumption. But police don't act. Listen, they're not going to risk their lives, right? They're not going to risk their lives for something like this. These things have been happening all over the country. And unfortunately, I hate to have to be the one to give you this information, but listen, some of these people that's complaining and have an issue with this have not been paying attention to what's been going on in a lot of communities around the country and a lot of traffic stops. These things happen and it's not uncommon. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's uncommon. She did something that if she would have drove away, everybody would have been up in arms on, wait a minute. How did she just get to pull away from the police and then just go free without an arrest, without anything? This was 6 on one side and half a dozen on the other. Did she deserve for that to happen? No. But the people have been complaining about this for a very long time with the shoot first and ask questions later mentality. But for us to sit up here and act like this is something that we never saw, we can't do that. That would be fraudulent. And this is not a fraudulent platform. What happened just now is something that's very common. And they consider that egregious, what you're trying to pull off and use it. We seen that the officer was like engaged a little bit. He seemed like he got hit by the vehicle. Now your vehicle is actually a weapon. Of course they're going to shoot. And these are not even regular police. You're talking about government officers. This is not your local police department who normally do things like this, or troopers. These are government agents. So their response for me is par for the course. This is not something that I'm going to sit up here and act surprised that it happened. I'm sorry, but because this has been happening all over the country. There's a directive, and there's an ignored directives, and then there's a mashing of the gas to get away. This is you're sideways in the street, and the officer gets out of the car and asks you to get out of the car. It's now a traffic stop.
That's fine, dude.
And you're talking to him. You're talking to him. You're saying that's fine, dude. You're sideways in the street and you're talking to him.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you. Mad about what?
Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning.
And now now this is a traffic investigation because he's doing exactly what he's trained. He's going to run the tags now. He's going to run the tags now to find out if somebody got some warrants or anything. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. And let me just tell you now, I want to be clear. We're not always on the authority side over here. But right now, what he's doing is par for the course. And if you guys have been paying attention or had any experience in these situations, y'all would know that this is common. It's coming across to me that the people that's complaining about what happened are ones that haven't been paying attention to what's been going on all across the country for years. There's so many cases where these people, there was even a case in Minnesota, I believe, during George Floyd's time, where there was a teacher that had a weapon in his car registered. And they shot and killed him. He was a teacher. They shot and killed a teacher that had a registered vehicle, a firearm in his car, and informed them that he did. And they still shot him. And if I'm not mistaken, he was a passenger. He was a passenger. I'm sorry. This is not uncommon.
Just so you know, it'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine.
These people actually had an opportunity to get out of there safely. They had an opportunity. This wasn't going to turn into nothing more than maybe some type of warning. This probably wasn't going to turn into anything other than a warning. Once they found out that they were truly American citizens, ICE are not there to arrest American citizens. They don't have time for that. So this was going to be a simple little bit of harassment, maybe a little slap on the wrist and a release. Period. And it turned into something else.
U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
And now the antagonization. Now you're antagonizing them. Go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Now you're antagonizing them. So it's a lot going on around this car right now. You guys, this is a little bit over the top. You guys have a benefit that the teacher in Minnesota that got shot and killed didn't have. And he was a teacher, and he wasn't out there. He was minding his business. This was a regular traffic stop. You guys have a benefit here. You guys have the benefit of the doubt here.
Out of the car. Get out of the car.
Get out of the car. Now it's get out of the car because now a traffic stop and you've been ordered by agents to get out of the car. It's something different now. They say get out of the car, and the one that said go get some lunch, big boy, is now trying to get in the car. So they're obviously now this is resisting arrest because it's probably an arrest that's going to take place. So now it's a whole lot going on here. This is for people that don't know the law, man. This is crazy. Everybody's focusing on what took place afterwards. But now this car, she's ignored directives, and now this car is gassing up, and it's a weapon now. Because now this is resisting arrest, fleeing, and abetting. It's a lot going on here. Whoa. And what she do? She mashes the gas. Everything that she did here was wrong. If she would have pulled over, they would have ran them tags, and she would have still been talking and telling them, have a good day. This is the benefit that a lot of people don't have across the country during traffic stops. And the only reason that is on Front Street right now is because it happened to happen in Minnesota with a lot of eyes watching. But go look around and look at some of these cases and look at these people that have been shot during traffic stops for doing absolutely nothing, even remotely close to this. Yep. That's the result. That's the result.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to tell you that everything that this lady did, this young lady did, rest in peace to her, because it didn't have to come to this, but everything that she did was wrong. Everything that she did out here in that us regular citizens, that don't have a camera on us and don't always have our video to prove or to say what really was going on out there, to show things like this. These are common things in some areas. If you get a directive, first of all, sometimes these police even come up with their guns drawn on traffic stops. Their guns are already out, finger on the trigger. Their fingers are already on the trigger. Like I said, go look at the case. All you have to do is go look at the case of the teacher that had a registered firearm in Minnesota it's ironic that it happened in the same city. But go back and look at that case. He was a teacher, loved by many, had a registered firearm, and he was only a passenger in the seat. He didn't have a chance. This lady had a chance. And I'm just saying, we got to call it like we see it. We can't just be emotional and say things just because this was a woman and she happened to be Caucasian and she happened to have children. But listen, she did some things that you're not supposed to be doing when somebody gives you an order. Because at that point, she should have known. If she would have known a little bit about the law, she would have known at that point he gave her a directive. He was acting right within the realms that if anything goes down in there, he's covered, because he said, get out of the car. He said, get out of the car. That's a directive. And she ignored it. So right then, so many things are activated for police, because they gave you she should have came right back with some law like, hey, listen, I don't have to get out of my car. Why are you stopping me? Like, why do I have to get out of my car? Why not ask me for my license and registration, please? Even though they may not have to do it because they're government agents and not regular police force. But like I said, this is a higher power that's asking you to get outside of the car. Like, it's a matter of national security at this point. That's what's going on up there. That's why they have so much authority. That's why the FBI took this case over. They took it right out of the police hands. right out of the local authorities' hands. They took it right out of the local authorities' hands. And unfortunately, this agent and everybody, they're going to have the full backing of our government. The ones that they probably voted for. I bet you they voted for them. I bet you they did. I bet you they voted for them. So this is not an uncommon thing. And over here at the Scoreboard Keepers, we're not going to act like it. What we do is we call it like we see it. And we don't keep receipts, we keep the score. And the score is 7-0 for those ICE agents, because they did everything that they were supposed to be doing. They did everything that they do normally out here in everyday society. It's just the only thing is that this had a spotlight on it because it was in Minnesota, and it happened to be about this big thing that's going on with the Somalians and all the theft of $19 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below on what you think about what I said here and we can have a dialogue about it. If you guys think that she was right in doing what she did, put it down below. If you think she did some things wrong, put it down below. Let's talk about it. So until the next episode of the Scoreboard Keepers, I am your host, the Ref. Score. God bless, man. Be safe out there, everybody. Peace.